Welcome to my craft desk. Yes, what does that mean? Well, as you can see, there's some traveler's notebooks and we might be doing a little bit of cutting. So let's get to it. Hi friends, it's Mari from Mari Harai Archives, and oh man, I am super excited to do this. If you saw my last video, my last long video, I was discussing how I was making the traveler's notebook work for me for 2026. And so I experimented on journaling the way I like to journal in the traveler's notebook, the way I journal in my Hobonichi weeks, which is this right here. Now, if you're new to my channel, I actually journal in a Hobonichi weeks, and I actually cut down this traveler's notebook to fit my Hobonichi weeks, kind of, combining my two loves. And so, and I do love journaling this way and documenting my thoughts. And so for 2026, I had a lot of thoughts that I had to unpack of what I was going to do. So I highly encourage you to watch my last video to kind of get, I guess the rundown on where I am right now with the traveler's notebook. So so here is the traveler's notebook that I actually tried out for a whole week and journaled in it, and I absolutely love it. And I know a lot of my concern was the size, and a lovely stationery friend had mentioned, hey, why don't you cut down the TN insert to a Hobonichi week size? Maybe you'll enjoy it a little bit more. And when I read that, I was like, wait, what? How come I didn't think about this before? Because obviously, I cut down a traveler's notebook to fit a Hobonichi weeks. Why can't I do that in reverse, right? And so I get best of both worlds. I get to utilize my traveler's notebook, but in a Hobonichi weeks size, because the size is what I really, really love about the Hobonichi weeks. It's just, it fits really well in my hand, and it's the perfect space for when I do want to journal and when I document. It's like the perfect space, and I love it. And so when I was experimenting in the standard size, because like I said, I had before journaled in the standard size, I went away from it because it was just, the size wasn't my thing. And so when she had mentioned, like, why don't you cut down a TN or an insert to fit or to the size of Hobonichi weeks, my mind was blown. I was like, you know what? You're right. This is totally going to change, or not change, but like really like up my experience when it comes to journaling in a traveler's notebook and having it in a Hobonichi week size. And so, one thing, I don't think I expressed this in my last video, was that moving into a standard size traveler's notebook for 2026, I was a little sad about having to not use this cover, because I love this cover. And so when they had suggested, doing that, I was like, oh my gosh, that means I can actually go back into this. However, I took it a step further, and I was like, you know what? It would be nice to have a different color to add to my Hobonichi week size traveler's notebook. And so if you guys know me and from my past videos, you guys know I like to cut down things that I'm not using and cut it down to something that I will use. And so that is what we're going to do today, because I already know this Hobonichi week size TN is going to work for me. I already know. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to cut down another traveler's notebook into a Hobonichi week size. And I know one of my viewers had asked a video of me doing that. And I was like, you know, this is a perfect timing to do it, because now I get to show you how I cut it down. So that's what we're going to do today. And first things first, what I had to do was figure out which TN I was going to cut down. Now, obviously, I don't have very many to choose from, because I did sell all of my traveler's notebooks extras, so to speak, all my different editions, and kept the ones that I gravitated the most to. And so this is the original olive that I got. And obviously I can't cut this down because I've already personalized it, and there's no way. And so I'm not saying that I won't use the standard size for anything. I probably will sometime in the future, but now that I'm going to be cutting down to a traveler's or a Hobonichi week size, it's mostly going to be for junk journaling if I want a junk journal in a bigger size. So, but anyway, so this olive is obviously not going to get cut. And then I do have my Ace Hotel, which obviously that is definitely not going to get cut because this means a lot to me. And I've already customized it, so that's not going to happen. And so my choices were actually these three. Now this is I want to say like a 2013 camel color. And what's kind of unique about this one is that the earlier years, they or one of their batches, their camel color was like a lighter color, not so like a brownish color, as you can see. And so this is hard to find, and I do like the feel of this. And so I said to myself I wasn't going to cut this, and plus I've already personalized it. So the only two on the chopping block was my Pan Am and the Love and Trip, which we all know this is the new color. Now I thought about doing this, and you can't get this anymore, and I'm hoping they will add this to their original line. But because of that fact, because I can't get it anymore, I'm not going to cut this. So I'm going to put that aside. So what was left was this, my Pan Am. And I thought about it, and I was like, oh, it is the blue Pan Am edition, but it's my Pan Am edition, and I do want to use this, and I love this blue one. So this is what I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut this down into this size, and I'm going to use it for 2026. And yeah, so that is what we're going to do today. Now, this is probably going to be a multi-part video. And of course, like my last video, you guys seem to like the long videos, which is kind of awesome. And the multi-day. So that's pretty cool because I can film whatever I need to film and then come back to it. And so most likely that's what's going to happen, because I only have a few minutes and I wanted to get this, at least this, started. And then I'm going to come back later after I'm done with all my errands. But I have decided that I will go ahead and do this one and cut it down to that one. And have already started thinking about how I was going to customize it and stuff like that. And I will show you that later on as we go through this whole process. And so, okay. All right. I'm nervous because every time I cut down a traveler's notebook, I get nervous. As many times as I've done it, every single time I always get nervous. So I was going to use this as a template, but I've already cut down a traveler's notebook. So this is what I'm going to use because I do like the size that I cut, and the fact that this Hobonichi Weeks is already kind of chunked up, and it's not flushed but almost flushed. I think this is the perfect size that I want and that I enjoy. So that is what we're going to do today. Now, in my efforts to trying to preserve as much of this whole thing, I was looking at what I can do to do just that. Now, obviously, first things first, we need to take everything out. Let me see what's the best. Let me see if I need to kind of scoot you guys a little bit over maybe like an overhead. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is go and take this stuff off. Like so. All right, and then I'm gonna have to cut this really quick. Now, if you have never cut down a traveler's notebook, I know it is nerve-wracking. And I've done it, well, I've done it a lot of times. And it's quite scary at first, but it's just a piece of leather. And I am an advocate of creating things out of things to something that you can use and enjoy. So, okay, as I am looking at this, right, there are two ways that you can do it. There's this way, right? And when I'm looking at my Hobonichi week size, that would mean that I would need to cut the top part and this right here, which means I would lose the original, which is fine because that's what happened with this one. As you can see, this is not the original edge. It was cut down. And then I thought, okay, if I went this way, there's no way, obviously, because then I would cut the spine. Or I would have to like do this where, and I would just need to cut this back side, but that means that I lose this original spine. Okay. While I was looking at it, I thought, you know what? I wonder if I would take this and I folded it like this, would it be the same size as this? Because I would love to have this little embossed print on it. Now I know I've already put a sticker on here and most likely it will get cut, which is fine. I will just have to add a patch or something to cover it. But when I was looking at the size, it's actually the same size as far as lengthwise. I would just have to cut this way, which would leave me a good amount of this leather, which means I could create a little booklet or a little washi holder that I make. Here's one for an example out of leftover. Actually, I think this is from this actually. Yeah, I think this is actually from here. But it's a little washi tape holder that I absolutely love. And I actually sold a few of these. So if you're one of the people that was able to buy one of my little washi tape creations, let me know down below. I did see someone say that they had one that they bought for me a while back, and I was like so surprised. I was like, oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. Anyways, so that would leave me a good chunk, and I would be able to keep this, and then I would be able to keep the original siding except for the top part. Now the only thing is that obviously we will have these holes here, which is not a problem for me. I actually have an idea for that. So I think even when I lay it down, I have to kind of double check to make sure that it is the size. And as you can see, it's actually a little bit longer, which I'm okay with that. There we go. Can you guys see? When I bump it up, it's actually the same exact width. It's a little like millimeter, like it's super, super small. So that would mean I could just cut right here and we're good. So I think that is the game plan. Now, what I need to do, I don't want to take this off because it was quite hard to put on. But let me see what the height of this. And it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just a little bit, I guess this is where centimeters is very useful because it's literally that notch above the half. So, and I'm not really good at measurements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and half plus that one notch. Okay, so that is where we're at when we cut it. And then also what I'm planning on doing, obviously, because it's going to have this kind of like where the spine was, I'm definitely going to add like maybe a patch somewhere to make it my own, because I'm okay with how that's looking. And like I said, I'm just going to put something there to cover it and to kind of enforce it. But can you see it already? I think it would look so pretty. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to make the first cut, right? Let me go grab my cutting. I'm gonna be using this, and then I have my ruler, and that is what I'm gonna use to cut. Okay. Okay. Oh, and then before we go to do that, I do have a couple inserts that I want to try out. Now, I want to use grid. I love grid, and surprisingly, all my inserts are blank versus like with grid. So I have two options here. I have this Pan Am, which would actually be really nice. If I do cut this, obviously, it's going to end up, I'm going to end up cutting some of this letters, which is okay. Or I can cut this Ace Hotel and it's blank, so I don't have to worry about, no. But I'm also in this era of not waiting to use my pretty stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to use it. Like, I don't need to save it for anything. So I'm still debating on what I'm going to use that for. So, okay, just to double check, I just want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 plus that one. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and it's going to be like this, right? Yes. So I need to cut this right here. All right, let's go ahead and line this up. You guys ready? Don't be nervous. It's going to be fine. Okay. So we got this lined up. I just want to make sure that we are even on all sides. I think we're good. Okay. And let's go ahead and cut this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, this might be hard, so just look away. All right. Here we go. We did it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Moment of truth. Yep. It's the same size. Yep. Okay. We got it. Okay, here we go. So that's pretty much it. I just have to add the holes for my strings, and yeah, okay, so that's how it's going to look. Yeah. So we do have a hole right here on the spine, which Trying to figure out where I want to. Okay, so this is my thought process when it comes to this right here. I could probably create like a pen loop to kind of hide it. So that's one option. That's, yeah. So I know where my center is, which I've already marked it. Like you can see where right here is the center. So I would need to mark a hole right here and right here with the little slit. And then I will probably put my hole for my string right here versus in the back. I think that is what we're going to do. Now, I do want to add pockets to here to enforce this. So that's going to be a process as well. So before I do any making of the holes, I feel like, should I go ahead and add the holes now? Maybe I should, so I can determine the inserts that I'm going to put in there. Okay, so that is pretty much the center. Let's see if I can mark it. Okay. And I'm going to use this blue one. I do have a kit, but I don't think I will use it. Where is me grab? Or I actually did, this is the one that I made for my husband. It's like a Passport Plus size, so it's a little bit wider than a other Passport, as you can see. But I did end up putting this here. Ooh, and I just broke it. I'm gonna need to add that. Oh man, what did I do? Oh, I'm gonna have to add, I'm gonna have to fix that. Oops. Guess maybe I didn't. Ooh, don't tell him. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oopsie. Okay, so that's the reason why I don't like using these things. Let me, where's my scissors? Okay, so let us go ahead. Because I feel like because it's wanting to fold over, which is okay. Like I said, I just need to, ooh, do I want this to be the front or this to be the front? I'm not sure. I'm going to come back to this. I have to go run some errands and then we will figure it out. And most likely what we're going to have to do as I tested this is I definitely would need to put leather pieces here. So that's what we're going to do. So I will be right back. Okay, so it's voiceover Mari. So I had to do this voiceover because there was a lot of noise happening in the house. So to kind of go off of where we left off, so basically I have this folder that I kind of didn't like, and so I cut off the pockets. I didn't like the texture. It was just hard to get like paper in and out of it. And so what I went ahead and did is just cut out these pockets, and that is what I'm going to use inside this traveler's notebook, like so. And I think it looks really, really good. I'm glad that I can reuse things, especially things that that I don't use at all or I don't like, and repurpose it for something else. I thought about putting this leather patch on it, but I don't know what is up with that leather patch, or not leather, that patch. I think something's, every time I try to put it on something, I'm like, oh, I don't like how it looks. It might be the color, I don't know. So I'm just adding these clips to kind of keep it together, because obviously it doesn't have any kind of stability, and especially in the spot where I cut it, it's kind of flopping everywhere. And so here is it's from the Superior Labor. It's actually the back part of this. It's an old school phone holder I found on eBay, and I actually used it for a pen holder, but I ended up just kind of repurposing it and taking it apart and then using that front part as a pocket for this traveler's notebook. And I kept the back part. And so I think what I'm going to do, or what I want to do, is kind of mimic that, because I really like that traveler's notebook, or that design. And so I kind of want to do the same thing for this Hobonichi week sized one. And so I thought about, I have this tag. It actually came from here. It was in the package. I don't know if it was on accident, but it was like an extra tag. And so I kept it, thinking like, okay, I'm definitely going to use it for something. And so I've had it for a while, and I thought that I could actually add it to the top of this pocket, what's going to be a pocket, like so. And I love the way it looks. Now it has some adhesive on the back. That's the reason why it's kind of sticky. Because I actually had it in one of my like toolboxes. It was like on the inside cover. And yeah, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, this actually would look really cute. And it has that blue Superior Labor. And what I thought I was going to do is just go ahead and sew that patch or that tag onto that pocket. And so as I am looking at it, it looks really good. I love that. I wish it had the embossing like the Superior Labor Creed thing that it's on the front part, but it's okay. I thought about putting a brass label because I feel like it's kind of missing something, but I'm not 100% sold yet on if I'm going to put a brass plate. But I do like this, and here I am picking up that patch again, and it just, no. I really think it's the color. Something about the orange and the red. I don't like that combo, and I don't know why I picked that color. But anyways, it'll eventually get put on something. I don't know what. So I thought about putting it here in the middle, and it looks okay, but I think I definitely do prefer it being right at the top. Yeah, I think I like it that way. And so yeah, like I said, I would just sew that tag on. Now, I was looking at it to see which side I would do. Obviously, I can't do that side because, I would have to flip it. And then I would cover that traveler's notebook. So I think the best side for me to do this with is that side, the plain side. And this will definitely add stability to the traveler's notebook. I even thought about doing it sideways, and actually I actually like how it looks, but I don't know, it kind of looks weird to me. But I mean, it's not like not bad, but I thought I'd try all angles and see. And here I am with the brass label again. So yeah, I'm not sure about that layout. And so I would put something in there. It would be on, I don't think, obviously this is voice over Mari, so I already know what my choice is going to be. But I mean, at least I was trying different angles to see how it would look. I even thought about putting it, on the spine. And it actually looks really good. I actually don't mind it. But, again, something was a little bit off and I wasn't sold on it. And then I thought, okay, maybe I could do on the other side and make it like a little pen holder. And so this is me trying to see if that would work. But I think at this moment, I was like, this actually could work. But then, see, I even tried it with a pen, and it's actually super, super cute, right? It actually looks really good. But here's the thing, and I couldn't really picture it, was how I was supposed to sew it and then to give it enough slack to where it wasn't like bulking on the side, right? That was the first dilemma. And then the next dilemma was like, how am I going to sew this on right here on the side? Also sew the folder. Or not the folder. The pocket. Like, how am I supposed to... See, at that moment, now that I'm looking at it, I definitely could have made that happen. But at that moment, I was like, I don't think it would work. But, yeah. So, as you can see, I am trying all different angles. And honestly, this took me a long time. I just had to cut out a lot of the clips because I was sitting there mulling it over like, will this look good? Can I do this? And then eventually I was like, maybe I'll just do this. Either way, I'm pretty sure at the end of the video you guys will like what I came up with, hopefully, because I actually really love it. Okay, so here I am just testing it out, and yeah, I think it looks great. Yeah, and I'm still trying to make that brass label work. So yeah, we're just gonna put that to the side. We'll have to figure that out another time. I even tried different orientations, but yeah, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and sew that on. Okay, the hard part is over. So as you guessed, yes, I decided on a layout as far as this pocket goes, and we went ahead and sewed everything. Now, here is the outcome. I do love it. However, I think it's a little bit crooked, but it's all good. I don't think it's something you can really tell unless you're really, really up close. I love how this turned out. I feel like it's still missing something, and I was still going back and forth about having a brass name tag here or maybe above here. I'm not exactly too sure. Either way, that's something easy I could attach to. So I'm just going to kind of put that aside for now. But what do you guys think? I absolutely, absolutely love how it turned out. Even the folder inside came out really great, and it does give it definitely much more stability. I don't plan on putting like pens or anything in here, just because it's kind of too tight for that. There's really no give on the back side of it, so I'm just gonna probably put something cute in it. But other than that, I think it came out so beautiful. And so now that we got that, let's go ahead, and I even thought about putting this. So obviously I had to do kind of a voiceover, because I was kind of filming in the middle of the day, and that's when my family's out and about, and so there's lots of family noises, and so I would just have to do a voiceover on the middle part because I just couldn't wait to you know, get this done. And so now I have a chance. Well, they're still upstairs, they're playing games, so just disclaimer, if you hear yelling and screaming, that's just my boys on their games screaming. What gamers do. So anyways, so I have a few extra moments to figure this part out, and then I'm off to my bike ride. But I even thought about putting this here somewhere, but it just didn't feel right. If I was gonna put that there, I should have done it before I put the folders. So I think the only thing that I would actually put is if I put another patch, but it's an adhesive patch, or maybe like, you know, some kind of brass detail. I'm debating if I should actually put brass detail in the corners like I did. Well, I didn't do it for this one, and I liked how it looked. And I do have my Hobonichi one, and I had little rivets put on. So I don't know if I'm going to do that quite yet, but I figured that's something I could figure out later on. And yeah, so let's go ahead and string this in now that it has more stability in there. And I think it went this way. I absolutely loved how it turned out. I am even more excited to use it. I gotta contain my excitement and try not to use it now because I'm still in my Hobonichi weeks and I want to finish that out because I am enjoying using my Hobonichi weeks. So just go ahead and string this through. And I think, how is this again? I always have to look because I always forget. This, that one, and then the inside one. Okay. Inside one goes like this. I didn't think I was going to do another Hobonichi week size. I mean, it was always like something I wanted to do, but before I couldn't justify doing it because, like I said, this is like the first year. I had mentioned this in my other videos. Like, this is the first year that I am actually consistent in journaling and documenting because I found a system and a journaling style that I am able to upkeep and do and enjoy. So I guess this would be, and mind you, this was all a journey, a process that started back in 2017. And I'm just so grateful that finally I'm in a place where I can enjoy this hobby that means a lot more than the material things, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, this is not definitely gonna fast forward this because I don't want you to watch me string this for 20 minutes. Okay. So I think, is that the way? Okay. So I think I'm going to pull this a little bit more. I feel like this is this right? Yeah, I think so. And I'm just gonna tie it up versus putting the little metal thing on there. I think this would suffice. Just kind of knotting it up versus like so. Yeah. And I'm just gonna leave a little tail just so in case I need to make adjustments, I have enough slack. But I mean, okay, it's looking pretty cool. And we are definitely the same size. Okay, now here's the thing is we need insert. So I think I'm going to start off with this one before anything. And I am, let's see, what size insert are we going to do? Are we going to do it the size of, where's my Hobonichi weeks? Where's my other Hobonichi weeks? See, this is what happens when I'm in project mode. Everything is everywhere. I literally have so many books over here stacked. Okay. So this is how, oh look, so cute. Okay. I mean, I could literally just, will it work? Oh, let's see. Not, well, yeah, kind of, if that won't work, but if I wanted to put this here, obviously, it would be like that. Okay, so we want, actually, this whole size is fine because it's wider anyways. So let's see how. Trying to figure out what's the best way. Should I just trace it? Or should I just measure it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So let us, not in a half, but like a quarter. So it's not 7.5. Let's see, this would be, okay. I think that's it. So let's go ahead I gotta do this in layers till it's off, like so. Is it even? Let me double check. I feel like it's off just. There we go. Okay, so we got the height. Now we need to do this part. Okay. Now let's see. We're looking at 1, 2, 3 and a half and a quarter. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think I did it. I had to use 2 rulers to make sure that it was even. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating. I hate measuring. This is not my favorite. But that's how it looks. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay. Go ahead and put it in here. Let's see. It's perfect. And as it gets thicker, then obviously it'll start bulking up. I still have enough slack in it, room to grow. So there's one insert. I only need one. Once I'm done with this insert, I'll replace it most likely with this one. So yeah. Oh man, I am sweating. So it would look like this. As you can see, this part's going to be cut off, which is fine. But I have, okay, so you guys, I was looking for a craft folder because you guys know the craft folder that the Travelers Company has. And I ended up just kind of pasting this pamphlet on there to give it more character. And I love it. And obviously this is too big for the Hobonichi Weeks, or the Hobonichi Week size TN. And I don't have one in here because obviously it's the actual Hobonichi Weeks. So I wanted to create one. And at first I was going to create one from just, I think I have like 100-pound cardstock that I was going to use. But then, you know the packaging for the Travelers Company, the cardboard stuff that it's in? I went ahead and kind of, I don't know if you can kind of tell. See, that's how it looks. Like this is where the Traveler's Notebook is. I went ahead and just cut it out to make it into a craft folder. So it looks like this. And it's going to go in here. And actually, let me go ahead and test that out. Perfect. So what I wanted to do, I haven't glued anything down, but I wanted to put a pamphlet on there. And I have several. Let me grab our options here, because last night I was looking at it. I have several options that we could use. One was this one, and I'm actually going to use this as a dashboard for here. So that's going to go in here. And let's see. Here's one. And then I have these from, I used to have the airlines edition, but I sold it. But I kept the pamphlets. And I was looking at possibly these to go on there. Like so. Like that. And then this one as well. And the hubby likes this one. I like both. I don't know which one to go with. I mean, obviously, if we're going to go in the theme of Pan Am, this would be good too. But then again, hotel fits in the theme as well. So I think, what do you guys think? Should we go with this bluish color? Like so? Or I kind of like this. This is kind of, the colors of this is kind of throwing me off. So that is what I want to do. So of course, it's going to look like this. So I would actually need to, ooh, I kind of like how that looks too. Should I wrap it so it'll look, okay. So I'm going to need to cut this part so it will fit. It's perfect. Just like so. And it's actually slightly wide. So let me, okay. So let's go ahead and lay down some, I think I'm going to do, should I do adhesive or glue? Let's do adhesive. And then I'll do glue. Oh, what's going on? No more? I just bought this. What? Okay, I guess we're doing glue. I just bought this thing. Okay. Can you guys see? I am running out of daylight. Hopefully you guys can see and it's not too dark. Hopefully that'll stay. Okay. Now go ahead and cut here. Oops. Clean that up just a little bit. Okay, and then you glue this. Now I feel like it's best if I had adhesive. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to glue it and then probably put tape on it, like washi tape. And we'll see how that lasts. I'm going to put this here for a minute to adhese. And then I'm going to get, I'll probably put washi tape and then like a sticker. Let's see if where's my washi tape? If this will help keep it down. So I got washi here. And I hear my husband. So it looks like it's about time for us to go on our bike ride. But first, I think that'll work. It seems sturdy enough. Not bad for reusing. I'll tuck it in there. I'm all about using what you have in different ways, especially when like a lot of the stationery that we use comes in such pretty packaging. I never want to throw it away. So this is a great way. This is actually the first time I actually turned this this traveler's notebook package into an actual craft folder. And I think that looks great. What do you guys think? Yes, I love it. And of course, I will decorate all the stuff inside. But in the meantime, this looks great. And same goes for this insert. And so let us put it together. Now, where is that blue string? It's somewhere here. Oh, there it is. I will definitely look into charms. But for now, I'm going to use this blue string to put the my insert and my Kraft folder together. Oh my goodness, I love how it turned out. Okay. There we have it, guys. And I will definitely, as the time gets a little bit closer, I'm going to personalize this, obviously, and add more items in here. Not exactly sure what to make it my own, but I absolutely love it. Let me just pretend this is, we'll just do this. Put some charms on there. Oh my goodness, what do you guys think? I think it's absolutely perfect. I love how it turned out. It lays flat. Yes. Love my little Kraft folder. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. Okay. I think this was a success. I am in love with what we came up with. And like I said, I will definitely work on it a little bit more to see what I can do to personalize it even more. And I'm excited. I'm excited for 2026, and I'm excited to have another Hobonichi Weeks cover. I have a blue one now and this one. So it has a brother, which I love. And I don't know, maybe I will add the brass, but we'll see. I will definitely keep you guys updated. So I hope you guys like this video. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think. Would you do something like this? I know I'm a little crazy, but hey, the outcome is just beautiful and I love it, and I'm going to use it. So, okay, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye. Okay, before I let you guys go, I know I said goodbye in the last clip, but I have been working really hard last night after I stopped filming because I just couldn't, I just wanted to finish it. Well, not technically finish it because I still have some more work to do, but I wanted to show you guys the result of last night's work and then kind of show it to you in a better light. Now, before I do that, I forgot to, I know I had mentioned it earlier in my video, but I realized when I was going through editing that I forgot to actually show you what I've been doing since I don't document, because in my last video I was showing you that I was documenting how I document in my Hobonichi weeks in this traveler's notebook. I stopped for 1 week. I was thinking of continuing to do another week, but I decided not to because it was just too much work for me to do that and then my Hobonichi weeks. But I did continue doing my junk journaling in it, and so I wanted to show you so far what I've done. And actually, let me kind of move. Okay, so this is the finished week. That's how it turned out with the Saturday and Sunday done, because my last video we stopped on Friday, or Friday right here, and we didn't do this yet because it hasn't happened. So now that it has happened, so this is how it's going to look. And now that we're going to be in a Hobonichi sized one, this is going to be cut off, which is good because like I said, I do like the Hobonichi size. So that's how it came out. And then so far, this is what I've junk journaled so far. I did a journal entry, junk journal. Here's another entry of a package I got. And then have I been upkeeping this? I haven't been upkeeping this, obviously, because I'm doing it in my Hobonichi weeks. But this was just an example, and same thing for here. And then I got a stationery package for my 2026. Now, I know I said I usually start September 1st, but I decided to go ahead and just get it done now. before the craziness starts. I feel like if I can do everything before like the chaos starts with planner season, then I'm less likely to get FOMO, because then I won't be on the websites. You know what I mean? So I've already ordered all my stickers and washi tape and stamps for 2026, and I've been slowly getting them in, and I will do another video showing what I got. I'm just still waiting for one more package, or actually two more packages, and then that's it. This is my attempt to essentially not surround myself with going on websites or going on like forums or on our Facebook or Instagram, looking at what people are buying for planner season. So, and I actually might hold off on showing you what I got, maybe until later on when the craziness has died down. I'm not sure, because you know, I'm not sure when it's coming in, but that's kind of a heads up. Because I am very determined not to go crazy like I do every single year when it comes to stationery and planners and notebooks. I am determined this year. So that's the reason why I am doing everything now before the craziness starts. Okay, anyways, so this is some of the junk journal that I did in here. Oh, here's a sneak peek of what I did got. I did get this cute little trio stamp from, what brand is this? This is Yamadoro. Oh, it is such a cute trio stamp. I got it from the Pinky Elephant. And then I got a pet tape as well. So here you get a sneak peek of what one of the packages had. But I absolutely loved the stamp set. When I saw it online, I was like, this is so cute, and it'll look really pretty in my journaling. So there you go. Okay, so that is pretty much it. Okay, now on to what I have been busy with last night, and I'm so excited to update you guys on. So first off, as you can see, I did add a lot of my favorite charms. I got this a long time ago. I think this was the hotel edition charm that I kept. And then I got a few, so some of these charms are actually in our shop, but when I put things in the shop, the Etsy shop, it's usually the things that I like, because if it doesn't sell, then I'm okay with it being here because I will use it. That's my thought process anyways. But so these are the charms, and I thought it would so cute together, things that you would. And obviously this is a Pan Am, so I was kind of leaning towards that as a inspiration on how to decorate this. And so just things found in your suitcase, I guess. I mean, you wouldn't find a fish in your suitcase, but you would travel to go fishing, right? But anyway, so I thought this was so super cute. I loved how it turned out. I chose a burgundy string for it, and the excess string I ended up just kind of friendship bracelet. Do you know the friendship bracelets? I did those knots just to kind of give it a cute little texture to it. And as you can see, I do have this cute little card that says boarding pass. It is the Pan Am one, and it was fitting. So I was like, oh, you know what this looks like? I can put it right here. It's the boarding pass. And then of course I have the brass clip for which again goes with the theme. I also ended up adding brass rivets, and I love how it turned out. I was having, adding a brass plate here, but I actually like it without a brass plate and then just having these brass rivets. And so you could kind of see it a little bit better as far as the sewing, how the sewing went. Because I think yesterday, my lighting was actually the sunlight was going away, so I wasn't too sure. But I wanted to show you in the daylight. I haven't done anything in the back quite yet. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I did ended up adding a few little, I put this little card. This is like one of my favorite. I love, one of these days I want to have the stamp so I could stamp it on one of my traveler's notebooks. I love this stamp. I see it on other people's traveler's notebook and I think it looks so great, you know, like the big one. But for now, this will do. And I just kind of slip it in here. And then do have a paper clip here. This is my angel number, my lucky number. That's the reason I actually sold it in our Etsy shop, but it sold out already. So, and I also have a tattoo of it. See, I haven't decorated the insert quite yet, but I did add this. This is like one of my favorite clips that I did. That I had it on one of my other inserts, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna put it on this one instead. So I haven't decorated this quite yet, and I will just hold out until towards the end of the year and see what I come up with. And then I haven't done anything in this front either. So I'm going to wait till when we get a little bit closer to the new year. I'll probably start doing that maybe actually in October, November timeframe, because I like to get everything done before the holidays, because usually we're pretty busy during the holidays. So I will probably get that set up then. And then I went ahead and you guys saw me do this, but I went ahead and added some stickers onto here. And this is what I'm using as a pencil board dashboard. It just came with my this Pan Am. And so I just added stickers to this Kraft folder that we made, and just so I can kind of cover up the creases from what it used to be, so it looked like a Kraft folder, and just kind of enforced this area too, because I did paste it and put washi, but adding some stickers on top of it kind of helps it so it doesn't open up. And I love how it looked. So it was just adding stickers. And then I have this from the Airlines edition. Again, I kept this. I think this had the stickers in it, so I put that there. And then this also came with the Pan Am edition stickers. And what I ended up doing was, because this was the notebook insert, or what do you call it? That goes. It was in the plastic, and I just kind of sandwiched a 100-pound cardstock in between. So now it's not flimsy. It's not just paper. So now it's hard, and I'll be putting my name and all that stuff in there. So it found, it's right there, and I thought it was cute. And then what I ended up doing was, you know, the sticker got cut. I was able to take off the other side from the other piece of leather that got cut, and I just placed it on here just so I can cover up that that company that made this. But yeah, and I loved how it turned out actually. I kind of did it backwards, but it's all good. But yeah, that is what I was busy with last night, trying to kind of personalize it and make it my own. So the next step is to get this set up, and like I said, I'll probably do it sometime in October. And then of course, you know, as the years go by, I probably will add more things to it. But for now, this is the base that we're going to start out with. And yeah, I love how it turned out. And there you go. And then this I'll probably cover up with a little, what do you call those? These things. It's like a paper fastener. I just got to buy some because I don't have any right now. That way I could cover up these holes, because that's what I like to do. Whenever there's holes in my traveler's notebook, I actually, let's see if I have any examples here. So here's some of the traveler's notebooks things that I made out of cut traveler's notebooks. And whenever there's like holes, I like to put like these little fasteners on there. It gives it a little bit interest. Here's another one. And here's another one. I just think it's super cute. So that's what I'll be doing. But yeah, so that is what I have been busy with as far as my Hobonichi Week size traveler's notebook that I will be using for 2026. I am super excited. And okay, that's it. Okay, for real, I will let you guys go. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. For real this time.